I'm excited about today's episode where we're going to be talking about the NASCAR of military vehicles, the Stryker versus its Russian counterpart, the BTR-80. Is there a Russian equivalent to NASCAR over there? If you're anything like me, you care more about which victor would win in a monster derby than in a war. The answer is the Stryker for both, and I'll tell you why. Now, I came from a Stryker unit and deployed to Iraq with them, so I have kind of a love-hate, some would even say codependent relationship with the 8-wheeled green machine armored troop transport. One thing's for sure, both the Stryker and the BTR-80 are better than the ISIS counterpart. Now, many say the BTR outclasses the Stryker because of its 30mm autocannon. But our engagements in Iraq and Afghanistan, it wouldn't have been possible to use the 30mm over there because it could have been way overkill. But now that those wars are ending and winding down, we've been upgrading to match our near peers. I don't know if you've ever had someone near peer pressure you when you were younger, but I did, and I'll tell you what, it kind of sucked. However, now that the Stryker has a 30 mic on top of the roof, we can finally near peer pressure our adversaries back into behaving on the world stage. Near peer is brought to you by O'Doul's Near Beer, for when you've been on Title 10 orders for 14 months in a dry country with nothing but a pack of Reds for a buzz. Now, I can tell you firsthand that the Stryker's communications technology and RWS are amazing. The day and night sights handled smooth as. You can zoom in with thermal optics with your 50 cal or Mark 19 with the simplicity of a flick of the joystick. It's as simple as putting the red crosshair on the target. The vehicle is relatively quiet compared to the Bradley and can carry 11 troops plus a driver. Truth be told, with full kit on and all the Kevlar blankets down in the Stryker, it's tough to fit 11 cats in the back. As a dismount, there are some things that we love to complain about with the Stryker. I understand why they didn't do a focus group with 11 Bravos when they made the Stryker. Intelligence has never been our strong suit, but the lack of firing holes to look out of was extremely annoying. We drop ramp and have no idea about our surroundings. Now, BTR-90 has viewports around the side, and I'm not saying I'd switch teams just for that reason alone, but I would like to see the Stryker get some external cameras that could give the troops in the belly of the vehicle an idea of what they're running out into. So while the sides, front, and top are rated for 14mm machine gun fire, the bottom of the Stryker, the only thing between you and an IED is a slim sheet of aluminum armor and gasoline. The BTR-80 has less armor with only the front being rated for 14.5. Maintenance can be fun with the vehicle. The Stryker is the most technologically advanced troop transport out there, with all the fancy tire pressure systems and ability to still crawl back to base missing most of its tires comes a long list of maintenance issues. If you forgot where you parked the thing, it's probably not towed, it's just getting worked on. The top speed for the Stryker is 97 kilometers per hour. While the BTR can only move at 80 kilometers per hour. And no, I don't use the metric system all the time. I'm like every other good American. I only use it in the military. Strykers cost $5 million for the US to create per unit.
Insufficient funds.
While the BTR-90 costs 500,000 USD, or whatever that translates to in Russian rubles, which is funny commie money anyway, so we can't really trust what they say. The BTR-80 has a couple of sweet advantages, and as much as it pains me to give the devil its due, the ability to swim is really nice. Firing ports for being able to view the outside world is also a major plus, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper for Russia to produce them. The ability to exit from the sides is a welcome change with the BTR-80. I've heard the new BTR-90 closes the gap even further, but there isn't a ton of information on the new variant yet. And as those two platforms continue to compete with one another without ever having to actually fight with one another, it's obviously interesting to compare these different countries' weapon systems. But what it comes down to is how do these weapons, tools, and vehicles fit into the larger doctrine in combined operation? Russia has a quantity over quality approach, while the US, for the past few decades, has been investing in a quality over quantity approach. Personally, I believe the better equipped, better paid, and more advanced military fields the advantage. Thanks for watching. Keep coming back. Task and Purpose out.